Jetzt kommt Gretchen's Podcast.
Welcome to Gretchen's podcast. My name is Betty and I'm here with Eilish, Barış, and Andy from the band Delik. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
It's great to have you here. You will be playing at Gretchen on the 22nd of May. But before that, on the 11th of April, you will be releasing your first album, self-titled, Delik.
Exactly.
Are you excited?
We are very excited. We were waiting for this since years and it's finally happening.
That's great.
No, we are of course excited. We had released a couple of EPs and this will be the first LP. We are excited to show the new songs, also see the reactions, because we have played already, we toured a lot, but without a full album, and everyone told us from the music industry that we need a full album. So it's now, hey, we have the album that you wanted.
Great. So for people that don't know you, what type of music are you playing?
I think that's a bit complicated. My current working title is post-punk with some Turkish influences, but I think there's a lot of different things in there, I guess.
A little bit of wave and...
A little bit of wave, a little bit of psych, a little bit of dub, a little bit of pop, a little bit of everything.
A lot.
Yeah.
I have to add something. Just last week, I opened a poll on Instagram that people choose what genre we play, and 75% they clicked on Turkish wedding music.
Yeah. This is what I definitely felt the first time when I was listening to Delik. It sounds like Turkish wedding music.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, you all three come from different countries. Eilish, you are from Australia, as far as I know.
Yes.
Barış is from Turkey. Andy is from Germany. How did you meet? I assume you didn't meet in Australia?
No. Andy and I, we used to both be a part of the collective at Beirut. It's a venue already from 2017. And we always wanted to play in a band, but it never worked out because we were very busy. Then the pandemic happened and we started playing together. And Barış's best friend was my old housemate, my roommate. And he was already at my house a lot in the pandemic. So I thought, okay, you're already in my bubble. So we should play together. And then we played together and then we put it all together as three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. You play drums. Barış plays saz or balama.
Both.
I think, what's the difference?
The difference, saz means actually instrument. So saxophone is also a saz, or drums is also a saz. And bağlama is the specific name for that instrument of that saz. But somehow it got, the name saz got more popular than bağlama because I think it's easier to pronunciate saz. Compared to bağlama.
I think especially for Germans, saz is easier. And Annie, you play bass, but you also use like a effect machine or something. Is that right? I saw you once at Neue Zukunft, and I noticed that Barış was playing the saz sometimes a bit different than I'm used to see people play the instrument. And you had an effect machine or something on the stand.
Yeah, I also have some synthesizer, sampler, and some pedals, and do some live effects and other electronic things in between.
Okay, and you all three also do vocals, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, what's your music about? Do you have because I know that all three of you also play or played in different groups, and you, for example, I think you played in very punk bands.
Punk bands.
Very
Punk.
very punky punk bands.
Yeah, like mostly, punk, hardcore, metal-y, like the heavier side of things.
Yeah.
Fast and loud. Yes, and what our music is about, I think there's no overarching theme, I would say. At least, don't want to spill too much of the tea of our creative process, but
You don't?
Usually the music comes first, and then the lyrics come after. So I feel like maybe the vibe of that part of things is a bit more in the focus in our writing process. But you are very free to disagree with me.
I think he said well.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna add that I think it's about Berlin, our music.
Yeah.
It's like besides the technical aspect of it, like we, as you just told, like we are coming from very different cultures and geographic corners of the world, and we like met in Berlin, and I think it really presents current Berlin multiculturalness. Yeah. Eilish, you want to add something?
You did great.
The band name Delik means black hole, right? Is there something behind that? Like, how did you come up with that?
I just love space stuff. And then I thought maybe we need a spacey name, and then I tried to find cool stuff that sounds cool in Turkish and relates to it.
For real,
I'm sorry, there's all these stories are not that interesting.
No. To be honest, I wasn't expecting this, but I love it.
Yeah.
So,
And I thought he was joking.
yeah.
Because it also sounds like Delik, psychedelic, you know?
This I only realized after, and I actually didn't like I'm happy I only realized it after, because otherwise I would have said like it's too like but now it's too late.
No, I think we all like our name.
Yeah, no.
It's
No
just
regrets.
But first I thought it was a joke, but it was true,
Yeah.
and I'm happy that it was not only a joke.
Okay. So, but as you said, like you three from different countries and places in the world, so you do think that your heritage does influence your musical style, right?
I would say so. Yeah, I think definitely with my lyrics, I can't hide that I'm Australian.
Yeah.
It's definitely a part of who I am, and also a part of what I write about. It's about being like a foreigner here. It's a big topic for me, and also for Barish.
I mean, I play the saz, so
Right.
I just yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yes, definitely.
Yeah, I don't see my role in the band as highlighting my Germanness. Like that's really nothing I want to advocate for. But I guess like I think what you said. Like I think I also I grew up in this like DIY and punk scene here, which I also feel like is somehow specific. And I take a lot from that, and I took a lot from probably also more or less like Central European or German music cultures and traditions or whatever. If it's this krauty stuff, if it's like the Berlin post-punk stuff or whatever, like it's all in there, and we're at some point all influenced by it.
Yeah.
But I guess like maybe for me the access to this was different, of course, than for the others.
You, I mentioned it before, you all three play also in different or in other bands or have their own project. I think you, Eilish, you just released your solo LP, right?
Yes.
So, how does this all work together, or especially like how different is, for example, your solo stuff from Delik?
I think it works together, but I don't sleep very much.
Oh.
I
Sleep
think
is the cousin of death.
Yeah. I think they're quite different. The solo one is really like I just do everything and decide everything, whereas we're much more a collective as a band. But yeah, I think they're very, very different hats. And I think also musically the solo thing is very different to the karaoke thing, other than the fact that I have this Australian accent. That's
Okay. So, but do you find time to do all your own stuff, and also obviously you do find time to play as Delik and work together on songs, but do you need this other side to be free and do your own stuff as well?
I think most of our conversations are around scheduling.
Yeah. Okay.
And planning. There's so much to plan. And I think, yeah, we really work in these like project periods where we meet for a week to write or 2 weeks to record, or we don't do this weekly rehearsal thing.
Okay.
We tried. It doesn't work.
It doesn't.
And he doesn't like it. He wishes to rehearse every week.
Yeah, I think I would be the same. So, do you always get along with each other, or is there, because you are 3 very strong characters, like, and everyone has the own mind and maybe also heritage? How does this work together? Like,
I feel like we grew into being a bit of a family. Yeah. But I think, yeah, we are all very, very different. But it also means you have many strengths.
yes,
And
that's
maybe it's
true.
good to look at the strengths, not the weaknesses.
Right, true.
And I think we have lots of respect to each other.
Oh, that's good. That's a good thing.
And I think we really act like grown ups. I think it's hard for musicians.
That's nice.
This makes things easier. Of course, like we get along, of course, but when you tour a lot, probably the chance to fight will be not that low. But we never had this. We always communicated well and solved our problems, which
As grown-ups do,
exactly.
right?
We didn't have actually problems. Also, I don't know. Yeah, we solved things before they became a problem. So
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
Yeah. Talking is the key, or I don't know
Exactly.
what's it in English, but yeah. You just said it. You toured a lot. Like, I think you found, like, Delik was founded in 2020. And since then, you definitely toured a lot. You not only toured in Germany, you toured in Europe without an album.
Yeah.
How?
I can tell. Actually, the band was founded 2020, but we played our first show and didn't play for 6 months or almost a year because there was this last period of the pandemic, of the lockdown. And back to your question, how? It's because of Andy and Eilish, because they are both like they have a story in the music scene here, like history. Sorry. So what I mean, they had lots of experience with touring with their other bands. So I think it was very kind of helpful for us to like start touring or start realizing what we wanted as bands. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thumbs up. And you will be, speaking of touring, you will start your release tour pretty soon, right? In Germany, Switzerland. You will head to the UK in
Italy, we're going to
Italy.
And Slovakia,
Yeah.
Belgium, Netherlands, neighbor countries.
Yeah. Well, still far away. And I think quite a lot of places I have definitely never been.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it takes 20 hours for Elish to go home, so that's why I don't.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there also like a tour in Australia in the making, maybe?
Hopefully.
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 You never know. So if anyone from Australia is listening right now, there's a nice band called Delik. They play good music. If you would have to describe your new album in one word, what would that be? You can name 3 because you are 3 people. Yeah.
One word to describe the album.
Eclectic.
You took the one good word. I don't know.
The single good word, like the only word.
Only one.
I have no idea. I want to say something basic like interesting or whatever, but I can't. I want to. Somehow also want to say chaotic, but I think it's not that chaotic. Maybe it's just in my head that it. Yeah.
Maybe the process was
The
chaotic.
process was a bit chaotic, maybe, but otherwise.
And what's your word?
Maybe collage.
Collage. Oh, that's a nice word. How did your music evolve from the first songs you played or recorded to was there a significant change, or what happened during these 5 years right now?
I think at the beginning we didn't know so much what we were doing. So it was definitely more brain work.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's changed that much. I think we've got more layers in it, and our vocals are definitely stronger. But overall, I think the same thread is still there.
Okay. And why was the process to get to it chaotic? You said it, Andy.
Yeah.
I mean, in the end, it wasn't that chaotic, but I think like
There's an album. So.
I think like compared to like, for example, we had all these other releases before, and there we did like a lot of the stuff we basically did ourselves, and then it was pretty straightforward, and it was also pretty like some parts of it were pretty spontaneous. That it was like, okay, like we want to release something, we're gonna write a few songs, we're gonna record them ourselves, we're gonna do the artworks ourselves, we're gonna press it ourselves, we're gonna do all this, and then it was done. And this time it was like, oh, okay, like we are doing something a bit more, like we're taking the next step, and then we took a next step in like, I don't know, working with other people to record it and going to a real studio, which then is flooded a day before or a week before we have to record there, and then we have to think about whether we get a new studio. And then you make it bigger, and then like the more parts you include, the more things you have to take care of, and the more things you have to communicate, and then it also takes longer, and then every decision feels more important. And this just like in retrospect, it feels like we've been working on it for almost a year now, from starting to write the songs until like releasing it now. And a lot of stuff happened in this 1 year.
And you played in between as well. So.
Yeah, exactly. I can also add something. I think we were also busy with many different things at the same time, like preparing for the album, finding the right person who's going to mix, which was James, and it was very the right choice. And also not only that, but we were also trying to plan and organize our first festival, like our band festival.
Oh, really?
And this summer it will happen for the second time. But last year it was the first round. And and that time we were also organizing our own tours, which is now organized, booked by Powerline. But last year it was again like just 3 of us doing all this thing, like the festival, the booking, the album, the application for fundings, or like accounting tasks, so on. So maybe that's why it was a bit chaotic, because we didn't have any help from anyone.
You mentioned a festival. What's that? I mean, I know what a festival is, obviously, but...
Last year, with the help of Music Board, we organized this festival called Delik and Dostlar. Dostlar means friends, and the concept was very basic. We we just invited 2 bands that we like for each member of the band in Neue Zukunft. It was very great.
Nice.
And it's going to happen. It's free. It's a free festival.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You barely get this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So this year it will be free again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Already have a date for that?
Yeah, it is
August 16th. August 16th.
in Neue Zukunft again. Yeah.
Okay, I will definitely make a note on that. Awesome. Are you still self-releasing, or is there? Yes.
Yes.
That still, as you said before, it really takes a lot of time and effort and everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like we are like kind of we are just busy with everything, like ourselves, with the promotion, sending 200 mails.
How do you? Is there like a ventil? Is ventil the same word in English? No. Or do you have something where you can like get your mind free from this to get more new energy?
Exercise is good. You should exercise.
Sports?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Definitely the only thing to clear your mind.
Okay.
I rather prefer to have burnout.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Adults.
I mean, it's gonna sound very cheesy, but I think for me it's like actually playing, because I think like right now I'm also realizing again that like we have not played a show since January, and the last 3 months were just like admin work,
Yeah.
like only,
Yeah.
and we didn't even rehearse that much, and then it feels like very much like, oh my god, this is all so exhausting.
Yeah.
And but then it's like, okay, but now in April and May we will actually have the chance to play stuff and
Yeah.
do the fun part of playing music,
Yeah.
and not only the annoying stuff of
Yeah.
playing music. And at least to me, that's like I think that's where you, at least most of the time, can kind of enjoy what you have done and not so much be annoyed by everything that's happening around it.
True. How important is playing live and the audience for you?
I mean,
just
as
said it,
I said, like I think it's one of my favorite parts of playing music, because I think like this, I don't know, also all very cliche, but I think this thing of like really kind of shutting your brain off and locking in with like other people and playing stuff together, and like then also when you play a lot, and then it's like kind of, it's in your body, you don't have to think about it anymore, and this is, I think, very, very nice moments, very rewarding.
Yeah, I mean, it's at the end. This is why all this effort for like that, for that 40 minutes or 1 hour show. Yeah, it's crazy. It's just like, I don't know, the 5% of the job, I feel like.
Yeah. And I think you also you have a fan base which is really which is following from the very beginning, right?
Yeah, we are like a little family.
We are like a little family. Nice. When it comes to performing live, do you always stick to what was recorded before, or is there some improvisation as well? Or, oh fuck, I fucked it up, I play something different right now.
It depends on the song. I think a couple of songs we play like exactly like the recording, and we have a couple of songs which kind of changed during the time, but then we fixed it. Like we fixed it, I mean like we fixed it like kind of like a live version. We play always like that version, but it's not a recorded version. Yeah.
It also depends on the person. I think some people like to improvise a little more than others, and also some people play an instrument that is easier to improvise on than others.
When it comes to the instruments, did you all like study the instruments you are playing, like, or did it like, I don't know, did you taught it yourself, or?
I mean, I had some like guitar lessons as a child, teenager.
When did you start? When did you start playing?
I was like 11 or something, 12 something. So I do have some education, but like, for example, like switching to bass and like most of it was then like...
Came naturally.
Yeah, just like started to play in bands like from when I was 15 or 16. So then it was,
I actually started playing saz after I moved to Berlin. I was not into traditional shit.
When did you move to Berlin?
10 years ago, 2015. And I was just playing guitar in a reggae band in Turkey. And then I came to Germany. I was like, fuck, I miss Turkey so much. Yeah.
You miss Turkey in Berlin.
Yes.
Be happy that you came to Berlin and not
Yeah.
to, I don't know, Krautrock or
It
something.
has definitely lots of advantages about that. But then actually I studied for 2 or 3 years in like saz in Deutsch-Türkische-Musikakademie it's called. It's by Adil Arslan. It's one of the greatest saz masters in the world, I would say, alive. But I've never been to like a conservatorium or something.
But I think you sometimes play it a little bit different than the traditional way of playing saz, right? Or at least it sounds different to me.
Yeah, I do both actually. Like there are some events that I play like very traditional. Sometimes I play solo or with some other friends, not as a band, but like traditional music, let's say. But for me, the fun part is kind of just bringing different ideas together while playing saz. Yeah.
I studied classical percussion at the conservatorium, and then I started playing drums after uni.
When did you start?
Actually, my first instrument was violin,
Oh,
and I played from when I was 4.
do you still play it from time to time?
Sometimes I can get a note or two out. Yeah. But yeah, and then I did percussion, and then I changed to drums after uni.
Okay.
Drums are definitely the most fun.
I mean, I saw you playing drums, and it really looks like she is definitely having fun.
It's the best thing you can do, for sure.
Well, I tried it once. It's not for me because it doesn't work. Really, I think drums is. I love the bass. Like for me, I always say I'm a bass girl, so I need bass. We had this party going on here called Pressure, where it's like all dub music and like the whole PA, and there's just bass in your body, and it's awesome. Saz is an instrument, especially if you're not used to listen to it or to hear it, is fantastic. It sounds so wonderful. But drums, they just kick ass. So it's really, really fun, and I would love to be able to but I don't even have the courage to like hit a drum.
Oh.
So I'm like, nah, it doesn't sound right. So I just better leave it off. Are you planning on adding, or maybe you already did, add other instruments than these on some songs? Like, for example, a violin or...
I had this idea from the beginning, but we had to first release the first debut album before we try different things. But no, the thing is I play a different kind of string instruments,
Okay.
like saz, not saz, but like lafta, cümbüş, oud, and like this coming from the more or less the same regions. So I always have this in mind to maybe just add a couple of other instruments like that, but when you think about touring with all those instruments, and
Good
he
luck.
told me, "Are you sure that you want to add a third instrument?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh yeah, maybe he's right."
True.
Yeah, I mean, on the recording, we also played around with like some special keys or like some special stuff that, is fun in the studio, but you don't want to bring live, and then you have to either find substitutes live or just play a sample or whatever. Yeah.
True. I'm really, really excited for the 11th of April when your album called Delik from the band Delik will be released. When does the tour start?
On the 15th.
15th. Okay.
Okay,
Until
so-
then, it's just like 2 weeks.
Yes.
You will start rehearsing soon.
Let's
Kind
talk
of.
about let's talk about it after.
Okay.
I have to say we are Strebers. We don't show it, but we are.
I assume you are Strebers. What is Strebers in English?
Yeah, I don't know. I have tried to translate this
Oh,
many
really?
times, but it doesn't really there's no equivalent in my opinion.
Yeah.
It has too many implications.
Yeah, German is a fantastic language. Streber, Feierabend for me is like one of the
Also
most
difficult,
beautiful
yes.
things, but you can't translate it into any other language. I think we pretty much came to an end. I'm really looking forward to the album and for you to have you here at Gretchen on the 22nd of May. 30 years of Cicada.
13 years Cicada.
Yeah, they will be supporting you. How did
Yes.
this connection came up? Can you share shortly?
Zoe is a good friend of mine from this band. And I think we've played with him before, have we? Yeah. In Kiel. We played with him in Kiel. There you go. And they've also been a band for more than 10 years. And they're
Alright.
And there's
Berlin sweethearts.
yeah. Not only that, but they're doing amazing music. Like, you know, you sometimes play with bands that you like, but sometimes you play with bands that you really love.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So everyone must come. Everyone must come to the show on the 22nd of May at Gretchen in Berlin.
Yes.
And if they're not living in Berlin, then they come to other cities around Germany, Switzerland.
Yeah, they can check out our tour plan, which is on our Instagram in the bio section. We are pretty much everywhere this April and May. I mean, in Germany and around. Yeah, thanks for the invitation.
Absolutely.
It was really fun for us.
That's great. It was
Also
fun
looking
for me
forward
too.
to play here as well,
Great.
which was one of my personal goals to play. Like when I came to Berlin, I've been in a show here, and I was like, I want to play here one day.
That's
And I'm
nice.
super happy
Thank
that it's
you.
going to happen.
That's great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. One thing, you will be releasing your album on vinyl as well. Can people already pre-order?
People can pre-order. We had a special pre-order edition which is sold out already, but people can still pre-order. But probably when this podcast will be released, it will be already close to the release.
Yeah.
So
But 2 days in advance, it's still a pre-order, right?
yeah, that's true. So you can online, you can order online on our Bandcamp page.
Okay,
We have
nice.
enough vinyls for everyone for
Perfect.
now.
Great. All right. So, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Das war Gretchen's Podcast.